Hello and welcome. No, that is not a figment of your imagination. It is. I've just placed it. We had 61,000. I've placed this. It's one of the most reasonably priced silos, but it's multi-fruit as well, because I thought, where are you going to put your potatoes? Because there is no storage of potatoes in a standard traditional silo. So I put this down and it has actually gone much, much better than I thought it would. I thought it might actually do something strange, but it's perfectly flat at this side and it's dug into the hill a little, as you'd hope it would, without it doing too much. Yeah, it's just done what you'd hope it would do. So that's one of the best I've ever seen that do. Right, and now then, can I remember? Yeah, we may have to just well, we should work with Follow Me. Let's just try it. I've just got to remember the controls for doing this, because it's a while since I've done this. You've got to tell it to go closer than you should do, which is still right control. And then is it? No. Trust me, the one button that you press that it gets out of the tractor. No, we don't want that then, so it's not that. It is... Aha, that's the one. Let's try 10. Oh, no. No, W's wrong. Right, okay, so that's 10, so a W. So now you're actually... No, you're not. You're not. S. Let's try that. So 15. Let's see, I thought it was more than that. The one thing I do love about this is the fact that you can actually switch it on like that. I do love that. It's quite an amazing sort of ability of this. One of the few things that you can actually... I don't think 10's enough. Looks like we're going to have to be a little bit more. No. Oh. Yes, it is. It's not perfect. That much I am going to say. It's quite a bit hit and miss. I've seen it better than this, but I've only... The 1313 pack seems to be the best thing to actually get it to work properly. Why is that? Doesn't seem to be liking the sim track that much. Yeah, the way that it's... Now, why are you not coming? Why are you not coming towards us? Oh. It's not liking the sim track very much. No, I've Use it quite a few times. It don't normally buckle like that. But then I suppose it's like everything. There's always tractors things do like and tractors things don't like. I think I'm going to time lapse this because there's going to be a lot of faffing around. There really is. I should really be going in it now, but it's not. It's a bit funny, as I say. It is when you're not above it. It is. Oh, it does look better than it. I've seen it before though. I think we're not far off. I have no idea how much we're going to get from this because obviously there's a bit of a hit on the amount, as we saw, because I silly, yeah, it's weird. Obviously I checked all the others, you wouldn't believe it, and I thought, oh, well, going on the data from the other fields, oh, yeah, you didn't think of that, did you? No, I didn't actually. That I did exactly the same with the Rex with sugar beets. I did actually, although I think it didn't. It was sort of managing better than that. It was a little, yeah. So I've got to give it its due. So I think we need a bit of oomph. You're not that much bigger, but then neither is the class really. Looking at the class, it's got quite a for such a big tractor. It's not much longer. Look, it's about the same as the Valtra. So I've got to be honest. If that's what we're going on just length, it's not that much bigger. It is than that by a wheel, but yeah, it's no longer than the Valtra. But we do need to be able to pull the yeah, we do need to be able to pull the actual trailer. It does make, yeah, it is what we need really. That's a point actually. Could I offset this slightly? No, because then it's not going to be, it's got to be straight on. That's the unfortunate thing about this. Right, anyway, time-lapse time. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. And that is us done. Yeah, it was reasonably painless. I do apologise for the fact that yeah, that old saying about don't poke the bear. It's true. Now I've learnt a healthy respect from if you reverse too close to them, they just suddenly come at you. Literally, so you go backwards a little and they move a little, and that you're all right. But then if you carry on moving backwards, you poke the bear, and then the bear will come at you, and literally it is a bit of a train wreck. So I do apologise, because obviously the position is not right. I can't help that it is the AGI pack. The thing is, I was thinking while doing this was, you never know, if they did fix it, would it actually work? It is one of those things that you sort of think, yeah, it is true. Would it, would it work? The position of that light over there seems a little bit wrong, but only because I've put the silo there, not for any other reason. It would be perfectly fine were it not for that fact. Now then, yeah, no, I'm just not going to do the Syntrax show. We're going to go and grab the bales now, because we want to grab the, yeah, we want to go forwards. We do need, oh, that's true, actually. We could be setting the plough going. Got to think. I always used to do this on Hobos Hollow. Now then, no, I want to. Now, did you? I don't know if you saw, but the 300 horsepower tractor was struggling somewhat on this field, even with the 30-ton trailer just going up the hill. And I was thinking back to Westbridge Hills, which have got quite severe hills. Did I just miss some potatoes there? I did a little tiny bit there. Yeah, I forgot it goes back a little into here. Right. Okay, we'll have to grab some of those probably with a bucket. But yeah. And I think I said at the time that a 400 odd horsepower tractor really was the ideal thing for Westbridge Hills, and I think this is about the same. So really, the 300 horsepower, although I said it's a high mid-range, it is, but that is really as almost like a 150 horsepower tractor on a normal map, on this particular map, on the hilly places. Yeah, not all of the time. I'm not saying that, not for 1 minute, but yeah, I am definitely saying it is like that on the hilly terrain. So it's one of those things you have got to bear in mind. I don't know if I've ever seen any map maker get that right yet. Where the starting equipment is what you would need for your farm if you've been given. Greenlands is the one. I never did the farmer start on that, so I can't say. Yeah, I'm not having a go at Peter either for that. No, I'm saying that I did a start from scratch, and if you'd have started on the original new farmer start, the field that you got on the farm, the really severe one, was enough to try anything. So I have no idea, because I didn't do a new farmer start. I was just very grateful that I didn't do a new farmer start for that very, very reason. Yeah, so field 1. Now I'm not sure if this was done before we actually made the change. No, it is. It's got the round corny bit. Right, let's go. Yes. No, we don't need Lacrate fields. No, that is just normal. Fantastic. Right, we are going to grab some bales. Yes, we need to go and grab those. And we will grab the Axion. I think that's very appropriate. Yes, it's going. Oh, may it destroy those few potatoes? Oh, well, they were off the edge of the field, but it is possible. Yes, I hadn't thought that through quite well enough. It's not the end of the world. We really have done very well out of it. Oh, he says we've done very well out of the potatoes without actually showing anybody what potatoes we've actually got. This is true. We have 317 tons, 492 litres, and that is with a bit of a loss. I would say we've probably lost about 30 tons, 30 to 50 tons, because of the fact that the crop rotation was not good. Maybe more. It could actually be double that, really, thinking about it. So it does go to show how working with crop rotation is a good thing, and going against it is a very bad thing. Even so, yeah, obviously with potatoes you may sort of get away with it, but yeah, I wouldn't have done it on purpose. I really am trying to emphasize how hard it is for farmers to work with these things, not how You not go against the rules. Yeah, for some reason, yeah, it's the same as the weeding. I don't know why I didn't do the weeding. I don't have no idea what, because I'm usually good with that. But I mean, there was a lot of stuff going on, and yeah, it is true. We were busy, so it's my only very poor excuse, and it is a very poor excuse. Truthfully, I should know better. But yeah, it is funny how when you're busy, how things escape you. I do love the fact that these all go like this. What a beautiful baler. Yeah, now I had a comment from Henry Alexander about is he the only one struggling with the baler app in? Oh, obviously we've only used this. This is the first map update though, so I'm not sure whether Henry's got the first map update that addresses a few issues, but we can still see from the fact that only our fields have grown that there are issues, shall we say. Yeah, things are not right, definitely still not. So I would imagine that JonnyXPro is probably, if he's aware that, yeah, things are still not quite right on the map. I mean, they're good enough if you can plant your own fields. I mean, the only thing I realised that we were on our own because we couldn't do contracts. I do love the look. If you look over the edge of the map, how it's got fields in the distance. I do love that. That is quite not, and also that it's a bit of a bank, so you can't see across. I do love that because a lot of map makers, it is awful. I like the way that JonnyXPro's incorporated a height, so you can't see. Normally, when working this close to the edge of the map, you can see those quite ugly weirdnesses that have to exist. But when you do it like Johnny's done it, I've got to be honest, it's, yeah, it disguises all those horrible things and makes you think that you really are in the country. Let's put that back up and let's race over to the other. So we've got seven bales. Right, okay, let's pop across there and see how many we've got, because obviously we did the both sides of the field now. Now then, yeah, we're going to zip across this way to avoid all... no, there is, yeah, you can sneak straight across and up the proper thing without going through our farmyard. You can skirt the edge, so that's fine. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how many bales we get this time. I do want to do the liming and fertilising. I'm not going to miss the liming again this time, so yeah, we will get that done before moving on through the month. Will I do that this session? That was quite a long session. I think we're just going to have the bales and we're going to leave it at that point because I don't want it to be an absolute monster. Yeah, and then next session we will do the fertilising and liming, and we will hopefully go a little bit into the winter. Yeah, to probably, I'd like to see the bales go in, and I think then that will probably be the last episode I'm doing it before going straight back to the normal Let's Plays. I do like to break this up a little bit. I think it brings out the best in your creativity in a way, because it can get a bit samey. I've said that a few times, so it's nice sometimes just have a few sessions break from your normal Let's Plays, from the sameness. Although I've got to be honest, I'm not sure any of them had actually got to samey, and Neverland had never stopped throwing me problems, and not all map related. I might add some related to poor choices I made, like going up hills. Yeah, definitely, that one was definitely all me. Yeah, it was a very poor choice. 1, 2, see, I was right. Yeah, I'm glad we've utilised all of the land though. This is quite amazing. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely, I in my head I thought this was much more severe than it actually is. So yeah, there were a few bits that I think need a bit of touching up paint wise, but apart from that, right, that's a little bit not so, Thankfully the game lets you get away with a few little bits of smashing. I think there's one I missed, wasn't there? Yes, there was. Let's grab that one. And we will... I'm not sure about the... doing sugarcane here, because it's a little bit close to the edge. But I suppose we could narrow it a little bit more. But we shall see. I'm debating on that one, whether it's a good idea or not, or whether we just do a little bit more grass. But so 70%. So that's 240 odd tons, I believe. 17 times 7.5. 17 times 7 is, yeah, I think I'm right ish. Maybe a little bit more. Does it tell us 20.7 tons? It doesn't read properly. Although actually, yeah, that escaped my notice. It is true. The literage I always thought was tonnage, and it isn't. So if you look, I was only in editing that the penny drops. I can be a little bit slow sometimes, and then other times, yeah. Mass 1.3 tons, 7.5 litres. So those times when I've been lifting what I considered was 30 tons was not 30 tons at all. It was 30,000 litres. If there were 1.4 and there were 6 of them, then that was more like 7 or 8 tons. So, and don't get me wrong, that's still a lot, but it's nowhere near as the 30 tons that I thought I was defying physics with. Wow, now that is a little bit. Be careful. Do not fall off that. Yeah, I do like the way Johnny's done a cracking job of that. So I remember on Rombos when I had to build a bank like that, it's with the normal in-game tools. And I know from my map editing days, well, I've not seen the latest Giants editor, but the original one was quite amazing. So it was very much like we build up the your smoothing and that tools. It's very much like that, only a little bit on steroids. Yeah, there's a little bit more to it, definitely. I did cook quite a bit of that type of thing on a few maps before I gave it up and thought, no, leave it alone. Let the map, yeah, the people who make the map, let them have their way. It's their map. I just feels a bit like I'm invading someone's sanctuary. I know you're allowed to, but I thought, no, leave it alone. Right, and that is where we're going to leave it. Yes, so I think one more session on this. We're going to do the fertilising, the liming, and take it through to that. And yeah, we won't be waiting for the digestive ones. We're going to actually put it straight in there. I do like the way that we've done this. When we do come back to this, I think that one of the first things that I am going to do after the session, the mini-series, as I'm going to calling it, next, when we do return, and I'd say when, not if, when we do return, we will be doing some animals. Yeah, we've got these fantastic enclosures. The sheep. How many sheep are there? We don't know enough. It's around the corner, isn't it? Let's kind of have a look. Yeah, I'd just like to have a bit of a look on this, because I'm not sure if I'm keeping this one or going bigger. But I'd like to work with what we've been given, but... okay. Well, whereabouts are the animals? Is it near the gates? Right. 48. I think I'd like to go a bit bigger, but I'm going to debate that one. Aha, so that is the plough that's been finished. Pigs I would like to do, definitely. 60 animals, is that enough? It's going to be, yeah, it's a small farm, so we're going to stick to that, definitely, on both of them. I made my decision, we're going to stick with it. I think the character of the map is brought out by the lovely sort of things that we've already got, including this enclosure. I don't think, again, this was massive, but again, it is what it is. 80. Now that's a reasonable amount, to be honest. Yeah, I'm quite happy with 80. Yeah. I've adjusted the way that I work. I always used to think it's got to be 500. You've got to throw 250 in, and To be honest, no, even 20. I mean, I think St. Cally taught me that. Going on St. Cally, where I was like thinking, these are really small sort of things, but it's not a bad amount of manure and stuff and milk that you get from that small herd. Really, it's enough for because your outgoings tend to sort of match the size of your farm. Yeah, I'm getting used to a little bit more. 2 to 4,000 outgoings every day. I don't like it because coming from start from scratch, you usually got no costs except for your production costs. But anyway, I'm waffling. Yeah, all that remains to be said for this is, yeah, probably one more session I'm thinking left, and that is us doing the fertilising and taking this through to these being processed and getting the digestate and selling the fertilizer, and then we're going to leave it at that point. I'm hoping that's one session. It might be 2 more, but that is it, and then we're going to leave it and we're going to go back to the normal European, American and British map we are. So all that remains to be said for this particular session is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.